Hello, this is going to be a breakdown of our EnglishUp outreach, what happens there, and kind of an outline of what to expect. This coming March, we're going to be doing an English outreach, and we're seeking native English speakers and Ukrainian interpreters and other volunteers to help us reach Odessa for Christ. We've always considered EnglishUp an interdenominational outreach where we join hands with people from various churches to reach the lost. Following is an outline of what to expect and where volunteers are needed. If you're a Ukrainian who needs paid interpreting work, we would be happy to discuss that with you as well. Okay, so when people first come into EnglishUp, on the first day we have a big welcome and we explain the program for the week. We usually kick things off with about 20 minutes of a song, an icebreaker, and I go through some slides that are prepared with entertaining fun facts, jokes, anecdotes, some interesting English stuff, and just different things to get things kicked off. Then we go into about a 40-minute presentation, which is usually led by a different person each time. And this year, it's going to be true stories of adventure and survival. The vocabulary, including expressions and idioms, are interwoven throughout the story, and everyone has a handout with blanks where they can fill in their words with the corresponding translation. After that main presentation, everyone has about 5 minutes to go into their groups in a different room, and they go into these groups according to their English level. Sometimes we have larger groups that we break up into 2 or 3 different groups within those, and each group has one native English speaker, or like the beginner groups usually have a Ukrainian who has strong English and Russian, so they can teach people in a little bit slower manner. And along with each native leader of each group, we also have a volunteer interpreter and or assistant to help them lead activities and all of that. The beginner and lower intermediate groups have 3 activities prepared to practice for the group time using the words they've just learned in the presentation. We have many games and activities and materials for this, and they're all scheduled, they're all planned, everything's cut out and printed, and all the materials and papers and things you need for the games are organized into folders by the lesson, by the day, and they're spoon-fed to each group leader in a big plastic box. There's, for the people that come to help, there's not a lot of preparation involved other than just kind of reviewing, knowing what to expect, going over questions about how to speak with an interpreter, and just looking through the activities so they know how to explain the rules of the activities and how to lead those. Then the intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced group have one activity, and the rest of the time is a discussion time with questions that are already prepared for you. You can always use your own questions, try to feel the conversation out and where it's going naturally, but the goal is to be a facilitator of conversation and look for opportunities, natural opportunities to plant seeds here and there. But please don't use this time to get on a soapbox and take up the bulk of the talking. You want to be asking questions and listening as you help people practice their English. Okay, so after group time, we come back into the main hall, the main sanctuary, and for roughly 30 minutes, we have a fun minute-to-minute activity where we draw names, and whoever we draw gets to compete in that. And then we have an activity that's designed to help people get to know our native speakers throughout the week. And we end things with a word of wisdom for the day that's related to that day's presentation. Excuse me. On the last day, we wear costumes, which have a theme that's related to the EnglishUp theme for that year. And we have a carnival with 10 stations. Each station has a word challenge, and the word challenges are organized by English levels, and they're all from what they've been learning through the week. So the better they learn through the week, the better they'll do at these word challenges. And through those, they earn points to then play a game directly behind the word challenge station where they have an opportunity to win prizes. And on the last day, we also have a cool gospel presentation, and we sing songs that we've been learning through the week as well. Each day, the goal for the leaders is to find a person or a group of people to have lunch with. It doesn't matter where you go to lunch. What's important is that you're spending time with people outside of EnglishUp. So how do we share the gospel here? Well, as the week progresses, each leader should have their radar out for people that they can connect with and form relationships with. Also, for everyone in your group, you should be filling out and leading the conversation prayerfully, segueing from whatever's being discussed into spiritual matters. Questions like this are always provided on the handouts, and we usually start out light, and throughout the week this gradually gets heavier and heavier day by day. Each day we present a word to the wise, where this will also start out light and build up to a climax where we share the gospel on the last day. And also on Friday, we share the gospel individually in our private groups. We never fail to get tons of positive feedback from the Ukrainians that come to this. They absolutely love this time, and some even consider it the best time they've had all year. It's a great way to connect with people and make new friends in a very short amount of time, who you can continue to minister to from home, online through Facebook or Skype. And if you're stationed here in Odessa, you can, of course, continue to connect with those people here in town. We need volunteers for, we need native speakers, of course, and we need interpreters. Some of our interpreters will be paid. We need interpreters for the small groups and for the parts of the main presentation. We need volunteers to help us assemble giveaway packets for the last day, for setting up and serving coffee and tea each day. We need help with cleanup, leading songs if you're musically inclined, help us with registration and testing the 2 or 3 days before the event starts. We need help setting up for EUP, and on Saturday we'll need help setting up for the carnival and tearing everything down. This year it's going to take place March 25th through 30th. The theme is Epic Tales of Adventure and Life Hacks. So the morning lessons go from 10 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. Then we have a break and people go out for lunch, and we come back for the evening lesson, which starts at 6:15. So people that work can make it, and that goes till 9 p.m. Saturday, the carnival goes from 1 to 4 p.m. Okay, that's about it. If you're coming from out of the country, we'll find a place for you to stay, and we'll provide breakfast for you. So everything else you're on your own, but you can easily find meals around town here, lunch or dinner for $5, maybe $10 if you eat somewhere a little bit nicer, but it's relatively inexpensive. If you have questions about anything, about how to lead the activities, how you can help, how to get here, traveling and things like that, I will do everything I can to help you. So let me know if you're interested. Thanks for listening, and God bless.